So this is a quick tutorial on how I did the Starfield-Like text interface. So the first thing you should do is to create a new variable of the type actor and call it whatever you want. This is to store the object we are looking at. And then I'm using a SphereTrace to detect the object. You can use a line trace if you want. I'm just using a SphereTrace because I think the result is a bit better because the area is a bit bigger. Then we break the hit results and check if the actor has a tag. You can set this to whatever you want. We will set this later in the actors. And if we hit something and it has a tag, then we will set the looked at object to the hit actor. And if we are not looking at anything, we will set the looked at object again, but we will leave it blank. So next we will create the widget to show once we hit something. And you will need a canvas, a border, and a text. Make the text a child of the border. And I'm dragging the border here, but you don't have to do this because we will make an animation that will do this for us later. Then we will cast to the first person player and make him a variable to get the looked at object and send it to our widget. So just make a reference. And then we will override the OnPaint function. And here I'm going back because I forgot to set the border as a variable. You have to do this because we need it inside of the blueprint, and this only works if you have set it as a variable. And then you can just follow what I'm doing and use the same nodes. For the draw line node, I am splitting the struct pin for position A because I want the line to come out of the bottom left corner and not the top left corner. So the default is the top left, but I want it to come out of the bottom left, so I'm just adding the difference of the box to the y value to make it draw the line to the bottom left corner. And for the rest you can just, again, copy what I'm doing. And I did split the position B of the draw line, and I'm going to split the screen position on the project world location to widget position node, but you don't have to do this. I don't know why I did it. I didn't really think about it. And then I'm just changing the thickness because I think it looks a bit nicer. Also, you will need or you should use a isValid because we only want to draw the line if our object we're looking at is valid. And then you just create a widget in the begin play and you add it to a viewport. You should make this a variable because we will use this variable or this reference to call animations. To get the text of the name of the object we're looking at, we want to bind the text in the widget and again get the player reference and get the looked at object and then just convert it to a string. And this will automatically get the name of the object for us, and we just put it in. And now for every object that you want to use this effect for, you have to put the same tag in that you used in the sphere cast or line trace. And then we will make two animations, an appear animation and a disappear animation. So it's a bit hard to follow what I'm doing, but basically you just add the border to the animation. And then you go to the keyframe at 0, 0, and you set the size X to 0, the render opacity to 0, and size content to false, and you set keyframes for each of those points. Then you go to point 25 on the timeline, and you set the size X to 400, the render opacity to 1, and the size to content to true. Using the size to animate the border and then size to content to true gives us the build-up animation of the border spreading across, but not instantly snapping to the size, so it gives a nicer animation. Also, I did this because I don't know if there's a better way to do this. If you do know, please let me know, but this was what worked for me, and so I just did it the easy way. For the disappear animation, we want to take the values from the first animation and set it at 0, 0, so size x 400, render opacity 1, size to content true. But this time we are going to 0.5 and only set a keyframe for size to content to false, so it snaps back and we can animate the x value, and then you just go render opacity 0 and size x 0. And back in our player we're adding those animations, so you would just get the reference from the user interface, you get the animation, so you can just type get and the name of the animation, so get appear, get disappear, and then you will play the animation forward. You can also use play animation. I chose to use play animation forward, and then you just connect everything up. And now we will add 2 sequences, 1 do once and 1 gate. This is to prevent what I'm showing to you right now. It is to prevent the animation from playing all the time, so just copy everything. I'm going to give a screenshot and post it into the description so you can look at it again, because it is a bit messy, so just try to copy it as best as you can, and if not, I'm going to provide you with a screenshot link. And again, I don't know if this is the best approach to do it. I just did it because it worked. There probably is a better way to do it. I just couldn't come up with anything better, but for this prototype it works. Also, I forgot that you have to set the default render opacity of your border to 0, because otherwise it will always show. So yeah, and that's it. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments. I will try to answer them, and bye.